Hey babies. Okay, so today I will be demonstrating a sulfate-free wash for your hair. My two wash days are Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays are the sulfate-free wash day, and then Sundays, since that's the end of the week, is the sulfate wash day in order to subdue buildup. Now, I was actually supposed to do a wash day yesterday, as you would have seen in the last video, but I got distracted and I had already done an entire hair regimen and I didn't want to waste those products. So today we'll be using Shea Moisture's Jamaican Black Castor Oil as the sulfate-free shampoo. I swear by this stuff. After we clean our hair and scalp, the very first thing that we'll be using in order to make contact with our scalp will be the Mega Thick Hair Formula by Do Grow. I put that on there right after shampooing because I want my scalp to have maximum exposure to these particular properties because it works, you guys. It really does thicken your hair. After that, I'll be using a protein agent of olive oil, which is literally the olive oil that you get from packets from Olive Garden because it's the exact same thing from the store, but cheaper. And we will follow that up with Shea Moisture's Black Jamaican Castor Oil Leave-In Conditioner. And at the very, very end, we will be using some Blue Magic. And that will seal in all of the nutrients that we worked so hard to get into our follicles. Okay. Oh, and I've yet to watch Will on a Whim's Blue Magic video. He apparently has a whole bunch of different types, and I'm so jealous. But, you know, whatever. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and use our products. First, we want to, since my hair is high porosity, well, actually, it just molds better. I can shape it better when I use warm water, because of course that expands the molecules of your hair follicles. I use warm water. And since my hair is very, very short, I don't have to take like I don't have to like get under the shower head in order to wash it. All you gotta do when you have super short hair, as long as you've already bathed, do like that. Make sure that we get the scalp and everything nice and good. You'll want to apply pressure downward, essentially in order to squeeze out the excess buildup that will be within the hair follicles themselves. Get nice and close. So you see that my hair isn't as thin as for whatever reason it looked back there. Okay. Now I'm only able to do it like that because my hair is very short. So we'll start off with our sulfate-free Shea Moisture Black Jamaican Castor Oil shampoo. Now, since this is sulfate-free, I like to actually do it twice. That's not me doing it twice. I didn't apply it. You get enough the first time. There's no particular method that I use to shampoo, although sometimes I'll do the inversion thing that I told y'all about because it's a time where you're rubbing your scalp. So why not lean forward and allow more blood flow to your scalp, and then the caressing with your hands promotes more blood flow to the scalp. The more blood flow to the scalp, the more hair you can grow. So it just stimulates your scalp and hair growth. There's one. And you see that the water has like a color to it. Means you're doing a good job. Means you're washing it. Second one, you know, rinse and repeat. I'm never really stingy with myself when it comes to that, to the Jamaican Black Castor Oil. It's pretty reasonably priced too. You can get it at the dollar store. Now you'll notice that if you have a repeat wash, if you wash your hair twice in a row, the suds get thicker the second time around. And that's because your hair is cleaner and the agents that the shampoo is made out of can move freer through your scalp. Lightly caress with your nails. It also sort of kind of undoes any stubborn particles or what have you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I noticed is that my last video wasn't very funny. And I would like to be educational and funny at the same time. So we're gonna try that out. Fortunately, being a black gay man, I can be very funny without even trying. Don't worry about my shirt, y'all. Jeez. Yes. Okay. It's all the shampoo we need. Did y'all see a ghost while I was gone? Did something be in the camera like... Did something do some shit like that? Tell me if it did now. Because I will exercise that hoe. I will exercise her on up out of here, okay? You know? Mm-hmm. So, if you use a towel like this to dry your hair is going to get really tangled, even if it's very short. If ever I do that, I only pat it, to be honest, or go in one direction. You never want to do like this, because that will tangle your hair up and destroy your natural curl pattern, even if it's very short. So you want to avoid doing that. What you'll see me do in more videos is something like this. Okay. So first thing first, after shampooing, of course, with our handy dandy Shea Moisture, we will be using our Dugro. And you don't want to be stingy. Don't be stingy. You can't even see. Oop, shucks. You can't even see this little puddle in my hand. Oh yeah. I remember. In order to avoid traction alopecia, which is basically rubbing your hair out, we'll go in one direction. And you'll want to apply pressure so that it sinks into your scalp and hair follicles. And if you've ever used this stuff before, you know that it tingles and it feels so good. Which can also contribute to the hair growth process because reducing stress allows more blood flow to your scalp. And we all know blood flow is what we want in order to grow hair. Now, every day I take a before and after, and I tell you, my hair has gotten thicker, like almost every day. Phew. Okay. So now that we've done that, I'm going to use my olive oil, which acts as a protein agent, which strengthens your hair. But remember, too much protein can make your hair brittle. So you'll subdue that, or you'll counteract that with a conditioning agent right after. The conditioning agent softens your hair. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all don't know I was part serpent. Whatever. So that also feels really, really nice. Okay. Okay. Then, our Shea Moisture Leave-In Conditioner. that much? That's actually too much. One direction. Now, if you don't suffer from male pattern baldness, you can go crazy with the directions that you use to administer your products. But since we want to preserve the locks that we have and promote growth of more, I'm just going in one direction and applying pressure to press it into each hair follicle, to press it into each follicle shaft. Just basically just the body of each hair follicle. Okay. Now, I'll show you guys. Get rid of that excess stuff. Okay. So here's a good way to figure out if you did your wash day or you've conditioned properly before you go to sleep. That much grease when your hair is this short. You see that little bit of that like white residue? That's how you know everything has amalgamized properly. I won't be stingy with myself. Only got that much. I'm going to this part. This much is specifically for the back of my head. You don't want to be stingy with yourself when it comes to your hair products, because it's the only way they're going to work properly for you. Now remember, us bad hoes took a bit of the hair growth hormone and put it into the hair grease. So there's always just a little bit of that hair grease. There's always just a little bit of that property in everything you put in there. Zhuzh it in the direction that you want it to be in. That's essentially styling it. Then hold on one second. I'll be right back, you guys. And remember, our bonnet, our silk bonnet, you want that wavy material. You want that shiny material, because that's what's going to retain the moisture. And all the stuff that you just saw me put in my hair, that's what's going to keep it on each hair shaft without absorbing it. And each individual hair follicle can then be conditioned properly, because it still has to seep into each hair follicle you have. We're going to secure that with a do-rag. I will do a video tomorrow letting you guys basically see the effects of this, let you see how it actually affects my scalp and the hair that grows out of it. But also, you guys, I hope you noticed just how easy and simple that entire process was in order to maintain a natural style. Now, of course, if you have thicker hair, it'll be a little bit more time, or no, if you have longer hair and I guess thicker hair, it'll be a little bit more time because you have to section it in order to make sure that all of the ingredients and components are evenly distributed. Keep that on overnight. Don't say anything about my hole. This is not the do-rag I normally use. I left that do-rag in the car. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so the entire set, as far as this and this, together was around $14. You don't even necessarily have to use that. Get something that says leave-in conditioner. Get something that says sulfate-free shampoo. That's if that is too much for you, which whatever. But this is the most important part. This is only $2, if that. And then, well, the Do Grow. Shit. The Do Grow, I'd say that was around, for a bottle like this, that's about $3, $3 or $4. Well worth it, because it produces heck of results. Olive oil, as I said, literally out of the packets that you can get from Olive Garden, because it's the exact same thing you get from the store. So I'll show you guys tomorrow how it actually affects my hair and how wavy it is, like as soon as I wake up. And then I'll show you the method that you use in order to essentially solidify the amount of moisture that you have in your hair throughout the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. My friend Dahlia told me that I should show all of the products before using them, and that's why that first part of the video is there. Okay, I will see you guys later, and thank you for tuning in. Oh, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Subscribe! Okay, last thing, balding people. A good way also to stimulate blood flow to your scalp, once you've gotten it all the way tied down, that's when you can do circles. But really, I do this. Do like that. Can you hear it thumping? It causes stimulation of blood flow to the scalp. And it feels nice. Okay. Subscribe.